It's a truly unbelievable night for the festival and for myself personally. I was pretty young, and the lead actor's performance changed the way I looked at movies. I quickly went back and watched Lee tragic to the hilariously comedic. He also managed to find time to direct some terrific films, including the one we're showing tonight, Drive, He Said. The Cine Vegas Film Festival is so incredibly honored to be able to present this, the Cine Vegas Marquee Lifetime Achievement Award to Jack Nicholson. Dennis Hopper.
Absolutamente fantastico. He is the man. He is the man. Now, we both drank. and
was playing a drum.
And very simply, the reason I'm honoring this man is because the identity as Dennis Hopper that you think about would not be here at all, because he's the man that allowed me to make Easy Rider. And that's a reality. Need I say no more about that? So to honor him as a friend and as a man is a great, great privilege for me. And he made this festival really happen this year, the possibility of him actually coming here. And I can't thank you enough, my friend. And as I told him, this is more for me than it is for him, so he understands. Thank you, man.
They gave it to me. Thank you. Is this thing on? Yes. Well, Dennis got me to come because he said there was absolutely no speeches to be made. And until I walked in here, I wasn't sure, because of the nature of the man, that it wasn't some kind of a joke or a strange thing. But I understand the movie you're going to see tonight is Drive, he said, so I'd like to give you a little context, because a lot of my past is here. Dennis, for instance, at this time, I believe, was being arrested for fighting in the restaurant next to the theater. He was playing Billy the Kid and hadn't changed clothes for several pictures after this. Dean Stockwell is here. I believe he Dean, along with Wallace Berman and a few of California's great painters at this time, had his art show raided by the FBI because he was using money as collages in his work at that time. Bruce Conner had his head in a speaker when I last saw him up at the Fillmore with Kenneth Anger, who did Blue Velvet, and I got to tell them, because Bruce and I were talking about Stan Brakhage, who in the first Los Angeles Film Festival made a film called Mothlight, which was meant to simulate the movement of the wings of a moth. It was about 6 minutes long. Stan, my memory was refreshed, glued things on film rather than photograph it. And we're a grisly bunch. So when I was talking to Bruce about how Stan had actually died from the films that he made because he had started painting on film instead of photographing, and he licked the brush. And I guess I told Bruce that's where the term underground filmmaking comes. It's really... my film here... I was in a student riot. This was the time of that period of time. I can't believe it's over 30 years ago. My producer fled across the border with some of the film, and years after was having to appear under subpoena for the FBI because we had actually filmed the student riot. The footage is in the film. I thought that it would be interesting because we only Oregon University would let us shoot the film, the only one campus in America, and they only asked for one thing: no nude scenes on campus. And there was one shot I had to have the man run naked through the campus. We went out Sunday morning. Mike Margotto, the actor, was in a station wagon with Fred Roos, the producer. He leapt out of the car naked, ran from up to the building he was meant to come from. We had no cameraman. I think Steve Blauner was shooting it. And he ran across the campus. The police were waiting for us. Some of them had tipped them off. I told Mike to go to his room, send everybody to me, and then I got naked. And that's the way the producers interviewed me for this particular transgression. I told them I'd tell them everything because that's when my producer was taking the film across the border into California. I only say this because, well, you know, without blowing, you know, it's hard to talk about a movie you made without being self-aggrandizing, but this movie I got to make for the same company that made Easy Rider because of its success. And Bert Schneider, who put us all together eventually, as usual, I told him, well, this is a movie I'd like to make, but it can't make a nickel. Of course, I was right. But it's had a life of its own. Some very serious writers have written about it, which is why I brought this up, because what they say is, one guy had been at Harvard with a man that wrote Love Story, and he brought up Drive, he said, out of nowhere. It's not a book about films, he said, because this is sort of what it was really like in this period of time. And I'm very proud of it. It is sort of what it was like. And this is what these guys are like. You know, they're here. They like all this wild stuff. Vegas is the place to do it, and thank you very much for having me.